Okay, so hello everyone. This is Clarissa and Isabello, and I am assigned to discuss the chapter 8, which is about referencing styles. And in this chapter, I will be discussing the meaning of referencing styles, the importance of referencing styles, and the four most common referencing styles, which are the APA, MLA, ACM, and IEEE format referencing style. But before we proceed to these four referencing styles, let us first discuss the meaning of referencing. So, referencing is the practice of acknowledging the sources of information, ideas, or data used in academic or professional work. It ensures that credit is given to the original authors and helps maintain academic integrity. And while referencing styles, these are standardized systems used to cite sources and format academic writing. And um, the next is the importance of referencing styles. The first one is avoid plagiarism. Proper citations give credit to original authors and prevent intellectual theft. The second one is enhance credibility. References show that your work is based on reliable sources and it will strengthen your argument. The third one is ensures consistency. Standardized citation formats helps reader follow and verify sources easily. And then the next is facilitate further research. Proper referencing allows readers to locate and explore cited sources for deeper understanding. Next is meet academic and professional standards. So, institutions and journals require specific referencing styles to maintain uniformity in scholarly work. And the last one is to recognizes contributions. Citation acknowledge the work of researchers, encouraging academic integrity and knowledge sharing. Now let us proceed to the four most common referencing styles. The first one is the American Psychological Association, or the APA referencing style, which is widely used in the social sciences, psychology, education, and business. The second one is the MLA, which is um, Modern Language Association format and is widely used in humanities, literature, arts, and cultural studies. The third one is the ACM, or the Association for Computing Machinery format, which is widely used in computer science, engineering, and technology fields. The fourth one is the IEEE, or the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers format, which is widely used in engineering, technology, and electronics. So let us compare and contrast these four with their different guidelines. Okay. So for the title page, the APA requires a title page with the title, author, institutional affiliation, course name, instructor, and a date. While the MLA does not require a separate title page, instead the information of the papers are on the first page. It's here. So we can see here that The APA format has a separate title page before its research body here, and while the MLA, it goes the first page is directly um, includes the first part of the research. So the MLA, all of the information is here at the top of the first page and is left aligned like here: the name of the author, the instructor, the course here, and the date. So that is for the title page of these two. And then the ACM and the IEEE also does not require a separate title page, but here let me show you. Ayan. So this is for the journal, for a journal sample. So the title page, there is not really a title page, but the title of the research is placed on the first page along with the contact information of the authors. So ACM includes title, author, affiliation, the same with IEEE, and then they also have in their title page they have a heading, especially the APA. So sa MLA, in MLA, the title appears at the top of the first page centered here. Like here, for example, the analogy of art. And then that's in APA, it includes a running head and page number. Here is the running head, or the art pre-industrial versus post-industrial, and then there's the page number here. ACM includes document title and structured section. So see ACM, this one, it already includes all the inclusions, or in the first page it already starts. It's where the research start, the work starts. The same with the IEEE, but in IEEE it uses bold and capitalized letter. Now let's see. Bold and capitalized. No, it's not. Okay, now let's proceed to the abstract. The abstract needs to provide a brief but comprehensive summary of the content of your paper, and it provides an overview of the paper that helps readers decide whether to read the full text. So, abstract is usually around 150 to 250 words. So, APA required a structured format. In MLA, it does not typically require an abstract. And then in ACM, it's required in the conference papers and journals, or journal articles. And then in IEEE, it is required and formatted in justified black. Let us see the example here. This is for the APA. And as we can see here, it has this the intention, the running head, and the section label, like the abstract, and then the page number, the running head, and then it also includes the keywords. These are the keywords. Keywords are listed below the abstract. It should reflect the primary topics and themes of the research. So as you can see here, there is in this abstract, in this example abstract, it's about social media, Facebook. That's why the keywords here are about social media. Okay. Mostly, the keywords are always after the abstract. No. Headings and subheadings. Um, the APA format is the only one that uses these um, five levels of headings. And this is the levels. The first one, the first level of heading is centered, bold, and in title case. The the second level is to the left and is bold and also in title case. The third level is to the left, bold, italic, and in title case. And then the fourth level, it's already indented, bold, title case, title case, and it ends with a period, and then the paragraph um, begins. The text begins on the same line and continues as a regular paragraph, like this one. That how it's entered here. That's how it is done. And then the fifth level is indented and bold, italic, and with a period. And then the text also begins on the same line and continues as a regular paragraph. The next guideline is the author date format, which is only used in APA. It is used in text citation. And then the third one, the author page format, only MLA uses the author page format, which is in its header. Um, Header and page numbers. It is used in APA format, like here in our example earlier. Header and page number. So MLA, page number at the top right here, and then in ACM there is no running head. And then the IEEE, they use a page number and in the footer. So in text citation, this is how each of these referencing styles uses in text citation. These are the guidelines. So in the APA, you will use author, comma, year. In the MLA, you will use author and the page number. And of course, these are um, enclosed in a parenthesis. So while the ACM and IEEE, they use the number with this bracket here. So wait. This intake citation will be the full reference of this will be listed in the reference list. Here, the APA format requires a references page or references section, and then the MLA has a works cited. Here, it's not a reference but a works cited page, while the ACM and the IEEE both uses a numbered references like this one. So as you can see, it is numbered here, and then the followed by the references. Let us proceed to how will we or the guidelines for the books, the guidelines for um, referencing the books that you used in the APA. um, we will use the last name and the first name's initial of the author, followed by the date of the publication of the book, um, followed by the title, which is in sentence case, or as you can see here, understanding psychology. The 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 capitalized is only the first word, and then it ended with a period, and then followed by the publisher, and then it also ends with a period. So MLA, in MLA format, we will use name, the whole name of the author, but we will use the last name first, comma, followed by the first name, um, period, and then the book's title, which is also italicized, and then italic, and then the publisher, which is the Oxford University Press, comma, and then followed by the publishing date, and then it ends with a period. The third one, the ACM, um, it has this number, where we can see, which is used in the in-text citation. Um, the number here should reflect what is in the in-text citation of the whole document. So in here we will use the initials followed by the last name of the authors, comma, and then the title of the book is in 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 pro- in italicized, and then comma followed by the publisher, and then last one is the publishing date, and then it also ends with the the period. So in IEEE, um the on the it uses in a quotations for the title of the book, and the edition is also included here. It's the second edition, and then the publication, and then followed by the publication date. I mean, publisher, and then followed by the publication date. Now, let's proceed to the guidelines for referencing journal articles. Here in the APA format, we used, or we are required to use the author's last name, and then the initials of the first name, and then followed by the year in closing parenthesis, and a period, and then the title of the article is in sentence format. As you can see, there is no, or the only capitalized word is the first word, and then it's followed by a period. And then Journal of Child Psychology, it is the journal title, and it should be italicized, followed by the volume number, the volume and the number, and then the page um, of the article. So in MLA, of course, we use the full name here, Brown Linda, and then a dot, and then the title of the article is in quotation marks, and then the title of the journal is in italicized. So, and then we used here a volume number and volume VOL dot 15, and then for the number it uses the abbreviations, and then the year followed by the page. So we can see here their differences. No, we can clearly see the differences between these referencing styles. Now let us proceed to the ACM, where they use where we are required to use the numbering, and then the initial and the last name of the author. The article article's title is also in quotation marks, and then the journal's title, or the name of the journal, is also italicized. It also uses the abbreviations of the volume and the number, and then the page. Um, you can see that the pages here are for the whole um, article, not just for the part that where you use the sentences in your research, and then it is followed by a year of the publication, and then ended with a period. In in IEEE, they are almost the same, but let's see the difference. Volume, yeah, I think they are almost. Oh no, here we can see that the date, the last, yeah, it's not just the year, but it has an abbreviation of the month where when the journal is published. Okay, so the next one is online sources. So in online sources, it's just the same. It's almost the same with we how we the format is always, or I mean the format is almost the same with how we reference books and journal articles, but it has to include the DOI on the or the URL. So what is this DOI and URL? So these are both used to locate digital content, but they serve different purposes. So DOIs are more reliable for academic, and it is permanent digital content, while URLs are general purpose web links that may change over time. So these are added at the last part of your references. I will, let's see here. This one has a URL used here on this part. So this is for the conference papers. These are not usually or rarely used in AP and MLA, and it is usually used in ACM and IEEE. So this is how they are um, structured. So um, the name of the author, the first initial, and then followed by the um, last name, and then the name of the reference, the article or the paper, is in quotation marks, and the name followed by the name of the conference paper, and then followed also by the city and the country, and then when it is published, and then the page. No, so here in the IEEE, the only difference is that the conference name is in italicized, and it also has this URL, no, because it is found online here. So, and it also indicates that it is found online. And don't forget that all of these are always hanging indented here. It's like a 5.5 inches indentation. Okay, formatting for multiple authors. In APA, we can list up to 20 authors and then put an ampersand before the final author. And then in MOA, we can list up to 3 authors and then followed by et al. And then in ACM and IEEE, they are both, we can use six for the first 6 authors and then followed by et al. Ebooks and articles, they also uses DOI and URL. So the format is always, oh, I mean, the format is like in the book, but you have to include the DOI and the URL. Personal communications are like interviews or emails that are cited in text, but it is not included in the reference list or in the works cited. So most of the 4 guidelines only uses this in the in-text citation, but these are not listed in your. This should not be listed in your reference list or works cited page. Okay, this is what I mentioned earlier. The hanging indent, both or all of the 4 referencing styles use hanging indent. And then let's proceed to the secondary sources. So a secondary source is any material that analyzes, interprets, or summarizes information from a primary source. Instead of presenting original data, it discusses or critiques primary sources. In APA format, we use as cited in, for example, here, Smith 2020 as cited in Jones 2021. See, and then the MLA also uses quoted or cited or quoted in, like here, Smith, the page 45. Of course, we still have to remember the guidelines for each. And then in ACM, we uses as cited in, for example, here, but it it includes the author and then the title of the original um, paper as cited in, the author of the second second paper, recent advances in computing, and then the the publisher, and then the publication date. So in IEEE, it is rarely used, but in IEEE, um, it is rarely used. But if you cannot find in all of these 4 guidelines or in 4 referencing styles, if you cannot find the original source, you should not cite it at all. Okay, so let us proceed to the common pitfalls and best practices. So common pitfalls includes incorrect punctuation, inconsistencies, capitalization, and incomplete citations. For all of these, the best practice is to review the manual or guidelines and double check the references to ensure accuracy and completeness. Um, since all of these has to follow specific guidelines, there will always be there are always they are prone to errors, so we have to follow the guidelines which are found in the um, I think the MLA has a handbook for these guidelines, and then they all have a website, and then we can also check for the guidelines online, of course. So in APA, it's the consistency, no, in referencing, and then the MLA, it's the proper intake citation, while ACM and IEEE is the correct numbering or and correct citation order here. And updating guidelines only two has an edition used, the APA and MLA. So the APA is last updated in 2020, which is the seventh edition. The MLA is last updated in 2021, which is the ninth edition, while the ACM is regularly updated on the website. So you can just go to the ACM and IEEE website, or any reliable or um, re- any reliable websites about their guidelines. No. So that would be all about my report. Thank you so much for listening.